Your family, your health, our passion. This is Family Practice with Dr. Jeffrey Fox, sponsored by Family Practice Associates of Lexington, PSC. Visit us at fpalex.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome back. We're staying in the kitchen with food because my next guest is the CEO of God's Pantry, Mr. Mike Halligan. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me in the show again. I really appreciate it.
Well, you know, I try to do a little prep before the show to learn about God's Pantry, and I thought, well, it's a food, it's the barrels, it's food. And I'm looking at, and man, you do everything. I mean, it's incredible. So just go with it and tell me a little bit about all the things you do.
So for 68 years, God's Pantry Food Bank has been working to address food insecurity, access to food, to nutrition for those who don't have enough resources to put food on their table. 50 counties, central and eastern Kentucky. In the past 12 months, we've done about 44 million pounds of food. Ooh. To put that into context, that's almost 37 million meals, almost 100,000 meals a day, 365 days a year, to some 220,000 to 250,000 people who may not have enough food to put on their table tonight.
Well, now you mentioned the term food insecurity. Tell us, I mean, that doesn't mean you don't have food, it's just that
So the way to think about food insecurity is the inability to consistently put nutritious food on your table day in and day out in order to lead a productive life, to thrive. So you might be a seasonal worker, and when you're working, you've got plenty of resources available to be put food on the table. But what about those periods of the year where you're not? Or you may have a part-time job and you're good for part of the month, but you're not good for the entire month. So part of our role is to fill in the gaps for someone who is resource constrained and who may not be able to put enough food on the table on a given night.
Now you talk about resources. We've got a graphic here that I showed you to make sure it was right before we got there. $1 equals 5.5 meals, but that's actually a little bit more, and that's really incredible.
Yeah, so we're a little closer to $1. For $1, we can gather and distribute enough food to create 6 meals. Now, a couple of years ago, it was higher than that, and because of inflation and all the things that we are all seeing, our costs to serve are getting more complicated and more expensive. So right now, for a dollar donated, we can gather and distribute enough food to create 6 meals.
Now, you talked about donating, and I mentioned the blue barrels we used to see, and there's all kinds of food drives, but there are different things and different ways people can get involved and help with God's Pantry.
Yeah, so volunteering is hugely important, and in fact, at this time of year, on Saturday the 4th, we've got what we call Bass Brigade down in Laurel County and over in Rowan County. That's the beginning of our Sharing Thanksgiving season, and then the following weekend on the 11th here in Lexington, people can participate in an activity all day long here in Lexington to assemble all of the non-perishable goods that we will then match up with a turkey and all of the fixings for a full Thanksgiving meal that we'll distribute the week of Thanksgiving.
Well, you know, I know that it's a wonderful job you do. My church, they're called the Baby Boomers at Central Baptist, they come out and sort, and I'm assuming you can use all sorts of volunteers to do all different things.
Yeah, so throughout the course of the year, we're sorting food. So those blue barrels that you talk about, that you see at a lot of grocery stores and other businesses around the community, all of that food comes back to the food bank. We've actually got a new volunteer center over on Winchester Road. That food is sorted by category. And then it goes into a pantry or goes to one of our meal programs somewhere in central or eastern Kentucky to be able to get food to those who are experiencing hunger. We purchase produce and we get produce donations, so there's all kinds of things that we do there. Occasionally we will assemble boxes of food for our commodity supplemental program. That's what the Baby Boomers do every now and again. That's specifically for seniors age 60 and above. It's a USDA government commodity program that provides a really nice, nutritious mix of foods to ensure the health and well-being of those who are age 60 and above. Those are just a few of the things that we're doing, and that's volunteer activity year-round.
So if you want to volunteer or you want to give money, what do you do? Who do we contact? Give us an idea.
So the easiest way to do it is to go to our website, godspantryfoodbank.org. If you want to volunteer, there is a section on the website for volunteering, and it lists all kinds of different opportunities, some that we've just talked about. There are different ways to work with those who are experiencing hunger. For those who want to donate, There's a donate button in the upper right-hand corner, and you can securely donate using a credit card. And there's a number of different activities that you can specifically donate to that are outlined on the website at various times during the year. And most importantly, for someone who's experiencing hunger, for someone who needs food assistance, click on the Get Help button, enter in your zip code, or click on the county that you live in, and the website will bring up the food pantry or meal program that is closest to where you live so that you can get the food you need to thrive.
So I guess that is important, because I know you can get to the website to donate and participate, but you also ought to go there if you need some food.
Absolutely. Go to the website to get food. If you don't have access, you can go to the local community center. There's a lot of different ways of getting access to food if you don't have access to the internet. So, you know, what I always encourage people is to seek assistance, right? Hunger is often has a stereotype, a stigma tied to it. And I try to help people understand that you should not be afraid to ask for support. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. And it's a way for people to find where they want to be in their journey to success.
We thank you for coming in, and we thank you for the work you do.
Thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Thanks to you for watching. If you'd like to watch this episode again or past episodes, you can access them through the Family Practice Associates website at fpalex.com and click on the YouTube channel. Again, thanks for watching, and join us next month for more great healthcare information on family practice.